storytelling. No,
wait now. Even that card scene where they were playing cards, they were playing those cards for 30 minutes, bro. It was taking too long. It's just like, you know what?
It's storytelling.
No, I believe Adesina did not know the how would I put it? Behind that game card. So it's only Kiki that knows what she's trying to do by playing that card. Yes, that was what she was doing.
To me, the audience, it should be a time when things are tense. Like Sylvia and her gang are there organizing the meetup.
That's the tension.
They're supposed to be giving cards like.
It was part of their plan to keep Ade Shrine like
To
away.
me, my intention feels thin. You know why? Because it was slow. It felt slow.
That card game.
It's just like chess. It's just like chess.
It was like a game of chess, but this one,
like
the one we can understand is what.
But this one
as they're playing the plot was unraveling around them. Hello everyone, and welcome to Movidium Trend Wrap-Up, where we'll be breaking down all events that are happening in the Nollywood scene and the Nigerian music and entertainment industry. This is where you'll be getting the news first as we are crunching it. So thank you for joining us today. And I'm joined by two beautiful and lovely ladies.
Hi, my name is Remi, your favorite Gen Z cinema girl. This week we're going to be breaking down one of the latest movie releases, and we're going to be talking about storyline, and we'll dive into the editing, the cinematography, and the lighting. And here with us we have a very, very wonderful guest.
Thank you. Hi, my name is Dami Obudare, a movie lover. So I'm here to review the movie.
Thank you very much. I believe we're going to have a very lovely discussion today. I'm already seeing what we're going to talk about, but let's just, the elephant in the room, the release that has been in the cinema for a while that everybody's talking about, and right now it's already breaking over 100 million naira in the box office.
185 million.
185 million. Can you believe that? So first of all, kudos to the team that brought it to get together, the executive team, the crew, everybody. The movie we're talking about, if you don't know yet, is Gingerrr with 3 R's. So Gingerrr. You get it.
Gingerrr. Get me that girl.
And after seeing the movie, first thing I have to say is it's a beautiful movie in encompassing it, but obviously because this is Movidium, we are going to be breaking some of the things down. There are some things that I feel like they did well.
Yeah.
Kudos to the three of them, to Kiki, to Bisola, and also to Wumi. They did a beautiful job in putting it together.
To Bolaji too. Bolaji.
Oh, Bolaji, not Wumi, Abi.
Four.
Four.
Yeah,
I thought it was 3.
They're four
girls. Bolaji too.
Kiki, Wumi Toriola, Bolaji.
In terms of the executive producers, it's the
there are 4. It's the 4.
Can you imagine it? Like the Nollywood ladies are coming together to do something actually very beautiful.
And Bisola Ayola.
Yeah. You know, Bisola is somebody that I've always loved. I was first introduced to her in BBN.
Yeah.
And I saw her energy. And even right there and then, I found out that she was somebody that even went to Project Fame, I believe.
Yes,
and she participated and she did well.
Did you watch it, the Project Fame episodes?
Yeah, I went back to see them and I was introduced to her energy. So like seeing her come out into film, I think one of the first film I saw that she did was Iyani Wura. Very beautiful and very powerful movie. And from then on, I've been following her journey, and I'm really amazed as to how far she has grown. I think Sugar Rush, she was in Sugar Rush.
Yes.
Beautiful movie all the way. And seeing her in this movie is...
Everybody loves Jennifer.
Everybody loves Jennifer, obviously. Yes. But seeing her in this particular movie, Gingerrr, because that's what we're talking about today, is I loved her character so much. She embodied performative comedy in terms of anytime Bisola was on screen, I was having a good laugh. Every time she was on screen, I was having a good laugh. And I just want to just break down some of... First off, I have to talk about the elephant. I don't know about you guys, but let's talk about our favorite actors in this movie. For me, it was Shafi Bello, hands down. She destroyed this movie. She made me... I mean, looking at Shafi Bello, and I was genuinely scared. She played this villain so well that I was like, Mommy, please don't do this. Like, what are you serious? That was
What do you mean, Mommy? Mommy care?
Yeah, she was Mommy Golden Boy now.
I really love her because there's no movie that she's supposed to act, and she's always doing it very perfectly. Even if it's to act like a mom or a villain or a grandma or a wicked, all this wicked mother-in-law. She's always carrying that role very well, and I love her very much. So kudos to her for her role in
Remi Black's character is absolutely terrific. Oh yeah, Remi. Yeah, absolutely terrific. I feel like it was just based off on Remi Black's vibe. It electrified Kiki's performance. It electrified Adesha's performance. It electrified Golden Boy's performance. It was basically like what was moving everybody in the whole movie for them to give their best. But to me, I think she shone the brightest in that movie. There are a lot of things that we can do. Well, first, we're talking about some of the things that I didn't really like about Gingerrr. First off is something that I noticed early on. I don't know if this is something that the studio even knows about, but there was a particular scene when Kiki's mom was encountered by some people that wanted to rob her. Spoiler alert, by the way, for those who have not seen it. And then the color grading was off in one, just a few seconds of it, but the color grading was off. I was like, oh, is this a cinematic choice or not? But I noticed that it was that particular scene or that frame or that scene. The people who were working on it just forgot to color grade.
I don't think they forgot. To me, I feel like when I saw it go back to the raw, it felt like they used a lot. They used a lot.
Kind of like a lot. This is to apply to all, but they didn't select. They didn't select that particular this thing, and nobody went through the stress of going through the whole movie to see if everything is cohesive. I think that was just a major turn off, even though that was actually a very important, like that was a moment of tension for the character, for the movie itself, where they were encountering Kiki's mom and it was going to be an explosive scene, and then it's something as important as that for the movie plot itself. They didn't apply the color grading to that particular scene.
I feel like that is I won't condemn them per se, but I feel like every movie always has a colorist, someone that is always working on the colors in each scene picture.
I think so.
Because so it feels a bit lazy that you apply a color grading lot instead of sitting down and color grading each clip according to different lighting conditions.
We cannot necessarily say how long it took them to work on the movie. It could be something that maybe the colorist, the time constructs, the time construct in itself might be short. So these lapses occur, obviously, but I was expecting, as a big budget movie that it is, it should have been that they did a pre-screening before the actual movie came into the cinemas. This is something that anybody could have seen in the movie. Like, what is different about this?
I think they did. Because
so did
I'm
they not
sure,
see that scene?
I think they did. According to what Remi just said now, I think they did those things based on, because if you notice, there were some places that, like, I think when they took Kiki and the mom to the house, the color was looking, it was looking somehow. So I think the person the colorist, I think, did that place based on each thing. So I'm sure they would have gone through it and they would have watched it before they finally, because I don't think they just released movie without checking the colorist, the soundtrack, and so I'm sure they definitely.
It was just one of my drawbacks in the movie, and another of my drawbacks actually is the sound. The sound was, there were a lot of muted sounds in terms of
the only place that I found it like reasonable was the club scene where Sylvia was. We could hear her dialogue. That was really appropriate time when
the muted
the sounds muted. But when we really need to hear the Gingerrr soundtrack, we're not hearing Gingerrr.
I think like also, when I mentioned also that there was a place that Bolaji and Macaroni were both talking, I told you that the sound went off and we didn't hear anything. So then also I think there was a point where they were just jumping scenes. They were jumping scenes, like you are watching this thing and the next minute
it just jumps
to another.
Maybe that one might be the film itself in the cinema was maybe there was a mishap in like the particular movie that is playing. But if you're looking at this, the people who are in charge of distributing this movie to cinemas, please look into this. You know, one of the things I've highlighted is the sound. Another thing is the picture in itself. There is a scene that is not color graded. The third thing is also like some shots are jumping in. Yeah. So people that are showing this in cinemas, please, maybe you can do, before you even preview to audiences, you can just do a pre-run to see what is going on in the movie from start to end and see that there are no hitches or so. If it's something that the team, which is the executive producers, needs to go back to check and then, you know, maybe send in an updated copy to the cinemas. I think it is wonderful because this movie is still in cinemas. Obviously, a lot of moviegoers are not going to maybe cite some of these things. Yes. But I feel like in terms of the sound in itself, I think that sound thing is one of the key things. If your soundtrack is not pushing me into the movie in itself or the story, it won't hold much water. And it was especially important when we got to the showdown at the end, you know, when you had Remi Black versus Adeshine. The sound was supposed to carry that moment. And then
the sound was just blank.
Yeah, it's firstly, I mean, maybe it was a good thing because it made me to appreciate Shafi Bello's performance even more, because this was the scene where she showed that, you know, that pain of a mother, that the villain of how her son was killed and how she felt.
Yeah, but do you know at first, the way Shafi Bello portrayed it as if she didn't really like Golden Boy.
Yes.
So at the end, when I felt, why are you now crying over someone that you don't really, you know, because you made him into the monster that he is. You know, when he killed the mother, he was like, did you kill the daughter also? Yes. So like, even the mother said like, she didn't, and I love the end, the scene where, you know, they carried the plots that we didn't know. Golden Boy was, you know, someone else's son. Yes. So sorry guys, you don't want to spoil it.
Big spoiler alert. If you're watching this, big spoiler alert.
So sorry.
One of the things that happened to me that I really love about the movie is the fact that the villain was not revealed until mostly like at the end. Mm-hmm. You would not necessarily know that Remi Black was the villain until you're getting to the end. It felt more of like an Adeshine territory.
Yeah, Adeshine felt they were in the game together. That they planned the game. He didn't know that she was already like a step ahead. Like she already made the plan and everything. Look at the way she took Rafiki and all the boys away from him, and you know they started obeying her. Exactly. You know, I felt, wow, I need to give her a kudos, Madam Shafi Bello.
People are overlooking the obvious showrunner. Okay. Kiki was a great actress.
Yeah, no.
That scene where they entered into the Adego's office, surprised as what's going on? Who is Mr. Adeshine? Mm-hmm. And then Shafi Bello and her son Golden Boy, Timini Ebuson, were like, who are they? Why should they be here? Mm-hmm. And then they had the fight where they're like, why would you give her 30%?
I think Adeshine was related to Kiki. I think although in that movie he was the uncle to Kiki. So it's just only Golden Boy and Madam Shafi Bello that felt, who are those people? You know, the husband kept the secret. Because he already knows what the wife can do. Yes. You know that as they were reading, I love that place when they were reading the will.
Yes.
It was, you know, even with the people in the cinemas, we were like,
I know you're going to the east right now, but
I'm telling you. It's that thing.
See, the performative comedy in this movie, 10 over 10. Yes. Everybody delivered in their comedic roles.
The only person that they didn't allow to like shine, was Macaroni. I felt,
Macaroni.
It was the boyfriend to one of those girls. So I felt he was going to like at the end of the year, because he had a dream of being a musician. Yeah. So they didn't even allow him to,
He was making bad decisions, obviously. He was making so many bad decisions now.
I didn't really like how they didn't allow him to like, last in that.
To me, I felt like his character ended, like his character arc ended. They're making so many bad decisions, bro. You cannot make it to the end. It was like, he wants to go and do this, he wants to do that. But I loved his. See, Debo has shown himself to be a great actor, and just seeing him in this scene is just something that is still out of what he does.
Yeah.
Even though there's comedy to it, but it was still out. Like he delivered. He delivered. You see, everybody, the actors, in terms of their delivery, I believe that everybody delivered. Every single person, from your Rafiki to the Abula to Kiki and her friends. The only person that I felt like maybe her character could have used more power or more emotion was the lady that acted Olori Kobo. Yes. I felt like her character required more power. Yes, she was just more of like she was just the one dropping the expository line for the plot to move forward. Like, oh, this happened, so let's do this. This happened, so it was more of like a placeholder. But in terms of overall arc, I still saw some strength there. She still made use of that character and projected something out of it. But in terms of it, I think she was just present for the plot to move forward. It was a very powerful thing where she was acting as somebody who was technically a drug dealer, but also helping the community. There was something to spin from it. She had stake in the game, but at the same time, she also had her emotions were tied into what was going on. Because that these are friends.
No, I feel like as if they flattened that out. They could have gone from that.
Exactly. There was something powerful to do there.
Yes, but they
there was something powerful to have
down.
done there. It could have even been a story that focused more on her and Kiki.
Yeah.
That would have been more powerful.
Yes.
That would have been more powerful. But ultimately, wherever the creative direction they went, I think it's still fine. It's still fine.
So sorry, what about the what's?
The what game between Odunlade and Kiki? Oh, I loved it because it was setting the scene for everything that happened outside of it. But then they were playing the what game. So that was the point where I was like, even though I knew where the plot was going already, because I was even having a conversation with Remi where it was going, I was like, I know that this person is not the villain anymore. But that what game, the tension between them, I was like, okay, maybe I'm wrong. I was seeing the way it was like, this what game is this? This what game is, I really like the tension.
Yeah, I really love
the crew behind this thing, the close-up shots, the lighting, the soundtrack in that place actually worked. Everything worked well.
And I think on that movie, some scenes as name.
Yeah,
they had this catchy text, motion text in it to kind of carry it along, like even the chapters. That part where Remi Black's character wanted to use the voodoo part, and then they said the oil of this thing, the palm oil. So they broke the movie down into like chapters: the chicken, the palm oil, the yam. So to explain at the end when Kiki was now figuring out how to unlock this stuff, everything you're saying makes sense. So great storytelling.
I feel like it was very
that ending part someone like got me a little bit emotional, because when she remembered when like her childhood dreams and everything started flashing back. The song, like I really love it, and she was
and she was relatable too. She said something. She said, I don't really need this money, but let me not lie. I would love to be so filthy rich.
Already, Shakibelo believed she was not the child of the man.
Oh.
When she couldn't open, when she didn't see the diamond.
Because she knew that her own son got the child. So maybe this one too. It's also like that.
So that was because at first she was trying to place all those things. She didn't get it right until when she now had to remember the song I think the father used to sing when she was small,
younger, when she was young, to put that
because
together.
already Shakibelo felt, I think this one too is not the child of the man.
Sure.
Until when she was able to and she got
I don't know. I just felt like as if it's a very big reach. Because in that instance, why would it be that song she remember? It didn't make any logical sense. See, even that card.
I understand storytelling. No, I told you.
He did.
Wait now. Even that card scene where they were playing cards, they were playing those cards for 30 minutes, bro.
It's just like when you want to find out something. No, I believe Adesina did not know the how will I put it? Behind that game card. So it's only Kiki that knows what she's trying to do by playing that card. Yes, that was what she was doing.
So to me, the audience, it should be a time when things are tense. Like Sylvia and her gang are there organizing the meetup.
That's the tension.
They're supposed to be giving cards like
oh my God.
It was part of their plan to keep Ade Shrine away.
To me, it's not a tension-filled thing.
Remi,
You know why?
Remi.
Because it was slow.
Remi,
It felt slow.
Remi, that card game. That card game.
You know, it's just
was
like chess. You know, it's
yes.
just like chess.
It was like a game of chess, but this one,
just like
the
a
one we
game
can
of
understand
chess.
is what.
But this one
as
is
they're playing
what?
the plot was unraveling around them.
I think
And
I
they're
love
focusing on the
that
game
part.
and seeing how
To me, better execution would have been like if I'm watching like a Denzel Washington movie and he's playing what with the villain. Will he be going? He will just be going.
It's just like
What are you there?
have you
What
seen
do
this
you
movie?
have?
This movie
No,
with
they
Daniel
were
Craig.
trying to no.
You watch
It was-
you watch
they were trying
James
to
Bond
keep its
James Bond
time.
movies, right? Especially the recent ones with Daniel Craig.
Mm.
There's this scene where he was in a casino playing with the villain, and they're trying to find out. He was trying to find out the what's the word for it? The reason why the villain is doing what it is or who the villain is. You understand? And the whole game, the whole casino game. That's Casino Royale. I think that's just brought Casino Royale.
Yeah.
The Casino Royale is based on that casino game that they were playing was revealing the plot, like what's about the villain and also James Bond's intent. So it's a storytelling trope that people use where an event is happening. I think they do it in Ocean's 11 now.
Yes.
Ocean's 11 when they're telling you about the heist, but the heist has already happened. But as they're telling you about the heist is happening. Meanwhile, they're telling you about the heist that's already happened.
See, for that
it's
plot,
a storytelling trope.
I know, for that plot device to is a plot for that plot device to work, it has to be things going simultaneously at the same time. Audiences.
That's it now. That's what was happening now.
That's why you cut scenes and you overlap them fast because we are able to adjust to different images quicker.
But that was all. That was what was happening.
Image is running.
That was what was happening
we
now.
the audience, our eyes will feel like it's too slow. We need to see things move quick.
No, as they were playing the game, they went to talk to the Bisola's character was getting that box from the guy. At the same time, Olori Kobo too was involved. At the same time,
I didn't feel the urgency from it. I didn't feel the urgency. Like
No,
if
to me,
there's money on the line,
to me, I love-
we're doing this.
I love that. Two against one.
You want money and you're slowing down.
You are the minority here.
I
love that. I love that
You know,
part.
it's like you're trying to find out an information from someone. You know, because at the end of the game, it was like Kiki was the problem.
Yes.
Is that something you want to tell me? You know, that was when immediately, you know, it was after that game that they stood up and went to. That was when
And he got the call and found out what was happening. Yes.
Yes, that they
That
need to
no,
meet
this
and-
one is happening
you
and
know,
all that.
So it's just like he was trying to get information.
See, that it was chef's kiss.
And you know,
Chef's
she
kiss
already
for me.
made a bet that she was not going to lose
Yes.
to him. So that was why she kept moving on that. No, I can't lose to this man.
So we can understand what that scene told me is it put Kiki's character, even though we've seen Kiki's character as somebody that was very, she was out there and she was very vocal and very powerful in her role. I really love that, by the way. But it also showed us like her intent, the length she would go to kind of like win this game. So she was ready to play dirty, just the way she felt Adesanya would have played or Remi Black would have played to meet her goals. And it wasn't even about winning, getting the goal or anything. It was sort of like taking revenge for her mom's death. Yes. Spoiler alert, by the way. I also want to highlight somebody that was also in this movie, but he didn't spend much time in it, which is Mayor Frush as Kiki's character's dad. I love Mayor Frush because one thing he will say is, "Deal with me, deal with me, Antonini." I was surprised to see him in that role. I know that he's somebody because I'm following his character, his career path even before he went to BBN as somebody who was going in lag streets, raising girls up, with dropping lines and all that stuff. He went to BBN, he came back and he started this 40 plus.
So you knew him in Unilag? I
have known him for a while, for a long time. No, I love his content. I've been a big fan. So seeing him in the movie, I was like, whoa. He portrayed he's great. He's good at his job. And I want to see him in more movies. So Mayor Frush, if you are seeing this, please take on more roles. You are good at this thing. Please keep going. So thank you for doing that. And another thing too also, Bisola and
I think I would love to see Kiki more.
Kiki more in movies. I've been in more powerful, empowering roles.
In more like emotionally investing roles. She's always in comedy.
I think I would really love.
She actually has a very powerful emotional presence. That's true. I could understand. That part where she stood up to Golden Boy was like, okay, what are you going to do? Is it, that?
What's this? And And please, that Golden Boy character, I don't really understand.
I cannot believe it.
Please.
See, there was one part that Shafi Bello, that was when she actually
held him over the balcony.
When she held him out, she was like, I'm so sorry, my son. I know you will not.
He had PTSD.
No, I said she was the one who pushed
Him to his death.
Yeah,
she
was the
pushed him to
one.
his death. Yeah, she
She
was a
was the
bad
one.
one. Bad
Yeah.
one. Shafi Bello, you were too good as Remi Black. I was like, No. Fantastic performance. All over. Okay, you know what? Let's get to the point where we rate this movie over 10. For you now, this whole movie, Gingerrr, what would you rate it over 10?
I think I'll rate it 8 over 10.
8 over 10. Wow.
Yeah, and it's a movie
beautiful.
that I would really love to watch more again.
Again,
I
I've see at
recommend
again.
people here to watch it.
That's true. I agree with you.
It's
It
a very
deserves a
nice
second
movie,
watch. It deserves a third watch.
Because even at the cinemas, we were laughing, we were really enjoying it. There was there was expressions, there were, I think I really love the movie.
How about you? What would you rate it over 10?
You have to section the grading system.
No, like overall, generally.
You have to do
overall.
lighting. You say lighting.
Overall, leave lighting.
Lighting.
Let's not drag
10 over 10.
Let's not drag
Sound. 0 over 10.
0.
What's it called? Acting. 1 million over 10.
Okay.
Overall, when you have put that 10, add it together, divide by 4. Yeah, it's
8 over 10. Call me a skeptical. Call me a skeptic. But I'll give the movie like 6.5.
That was my original rating.
I'll be skeptic. I'll give the movie 6.5. And the reason is that there are a lot of things that can work better. It's a great movie. Don't get me wrong. It's a great movie, but there are so many hitches, so many mistakes that could have been they could have really avoided. So many mistakes. The sound, the lighting, and the color grading.
The lighting was perfect.
The lighting was perfect, but in some scenes there were so many murky scenes. There were murky scenes that
they were living with the night.
That Abuja storytelling thing. The part where Rafiki went to hound him when they go to the house in Lagos.
Yeah.
Also, the last scene where the showdown. You understand? Maybe they're trying to cover the action that was happening in the beginning of the scene. I don't know, but they should have done more with it. Great lighting was the rooftop scene with Adeshine, where they met Adeshine's character. Great lighting. And that great lighting was when they went to the beach with this Bulgari. Great lighting. Great lighting was anywhere Bisola was.
Wait, did you remember that scene where Mr. Macaroni's character was on the phone? That's perfect lighting.
Yes.
Bro, because in the afternoon, with your camera, it's very difficult to get
that
diffuse soft light. And I noticed I could see there was a bounce down, and they took a upward tilt shot. Where they're like, okay, he was talking on the phone and he was doing all this stuff.
Mattel.
Because it's very
That was so funny.
Yeah.
He was dropping his lines like, he wants to blow. Say, yeah, baby, I'll go blow this, that. Macaroni is funny.
Yeah, the guy
he's a comedian.
Funny, yeah.
So, anyways, even though the story is definitely 10 over 10 or even 9 over 10 in my books.
The story.
I love the story. I love the way they told the story. I love the shots in terms of they knew when to use the close-up shots, the medium shot, the wide shots. They knew when to use the character facial expressions. They knew that Shafi Bello is a great actress, so they focused on her facial expressions a lot. That scene where they were reading the wheel, they were showing her facial when she was not happy with something that he said, when she was hissing, when she was, the camera was catching it good. Also that period where she was talking to Adeshine, it was capturing her emotions like, it was like, okay. It was like she even, they knew that her acting power is in her face, and they took advantage of it. I love that for that. So that's it. All in all, 6.5 over 10. So anyways,
the first half of the movie was wonderful. 1 hour. The first 1 hour, 45 or 30 minutes. I was at the edge of my seat. Literally, when we had
yes.
I was at the edge of my seat.
You're having a great time.
Yes,
Okay. The plot was nice.
Great job. I want to see more of this.
They didn't even really allow us to do that.
Yes.
Adeshine and Shafi Bello were dating to the extent that of having a child.
You know what? Let's just not drag this in further, because I know that there are some other movies that are actually lined up for us to see in the coming weeks, and one of them we'll just highlight them. We'll talk about what we've seen in the trailer and the likes. I know that one that's coming out is Heard. Another one that is coming out is what's that one called?
3 Cold Dishes. It's already premiered in London, I think yesterday.
Yeah, is that the one Burna Boy did?
Yes,
Burna Boy did at O2 Arena. That Burna Boy is executive producer for.
Yes.
I'm just saying that if Burna Boy is working on it, so what it means that they put in enough money inside.
He's an investor. He's a major investor.
That they would dot their I's and cross their T's. So I'm going there with my full critic cap to analyze everything.
Yes. And I also know that they did not allow him to.
So my first watch is not to enjoy the movie, but to critique it.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what. So I'm going with it. So, but for the herd, I saw the trailer and I loved it. It really captured my attention for it. I know this. She was saying something about the first movie. This Ginger we just talked about that. The trailer was so chaotic, but in the movie,
The trailer was crazy, bro. I had to scour the internet with a sieve to find the trailer. I didn't know. I couldn't find the trailer from anywhere. It was on the Instagram.
I saw the trailer
on YouTube.
No, not on YouTube, on Instagram.
Instagram.
It was difficult for me to find trailer, but the
So, I know Filmhouse is also pushing it. So for this one, the herd. Is this, no, it's not the herd that Filmhouse is pushing. The herd is everywhere. I think I've seen it everywhere. In terms of the, I'm talking about the one Circle of Fire. Yeah, this Filmhouse is pushing that one. But I think Filmhouse was giving distribution rights, so we'll see how that goes. I think finally on our list, there's one other one we're looking at too as well. Colors of Fire too.
That one is coming out in December.
That's the one Filmhouse is actually taking care of. Filmhouse, not Cold Dishes. Colors of Fires, and we're seeing actors that are playing multiple roles here. Like for one, Osasi Godaro.
Do you know both of them were even trading and Uzo?
Yes. I was shook at that. What's going on there?
It's a movie. The only one I say about this character is Ginger. She was playing the
Bulgari.
She had some explicit scenes there. So it's movie is to push this thing forward. So I'm looking forward to all these movies. I know the Head is coming out very soon.
Then we have this movie by Tony Abraham Ajayemi.
Okay, what?
The Ovasabi Auntie.
Ovasabi Auntie. Oh yeah. Ovasabi Auntie. Yeah. I am looking forward to that one too. I'm looking forward to that because that one is a trope that we know that all of us are relatable with. That Ovasabi Auntie always coming to ask some stupid questions. So I'm looking forward to that one too.
She got that name at a party.
Yes. So I'm looking forward to that Tony Abraham's release. I saw the trailer and it was actually very fun to see.
Well, I know people have complained about like even that Alakada Badambuji. They were like, oh, the trope she's always using is always overused. It's not new, it's not original.
In terms of business, when you do that from a business perspective, they'll say if it's not broke, don't fix it. We've seen it in big budget movies and the like. So it might be that, but at the same time, I'm still exploring that. Just one thing I like about Tony Abraham is that even though it might be like an exhausted trope, you still enjoy watching it. You still you don't feel like you've wasted your time in the cinema seeing it. So I'll give her that. I'll give her that one. I'll say okay, she's doing well there. So I'm expecting to enjoy that Ovasabi. I'm expecting to laugh, to have a great time. So that's what it is. I love that we're having this conversation and we cannot wait to break down these movies that are upcoming for you guys in the next one, Abi. Because I'm looking forward to this one. So thank you all for joining us today. I think we'll just try and just shut it off here so that we'll not spend too much time because we talk about Ginger, which is a great movie by the way. If you're watching this and you have not seen Ginger, even if I spoil it for you, just run to the cinema and go and watch Ginger and come and give us your feedback. What will you rate Ginger over 10? Me, I've given 6.5. She gave 8 over 10. She gave 8 over 10. I gave 6.5. So now it's for you, the viewer. What is your own over 10? Rate it for us. Let's know whether we're talking about or not. And we'll be seeing you next week to talk about more what's going on in the industry. If this is your first time on this channel, we don't want you to stop here. You know that button there. Click the subscribe button and also that bell button so you don't miss out on what is coming up in the Nollywood scene. You understand? So please, this is Movidium Trend wrap up. Thank you for enjoying this session with us. We really enjoyed having this conversation. I don't know whether you enjoyed this or you don't enjoy it. Let me know now.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, I'm writing names of people that will come back for this episode. Did you enjoy it or not?
I'd love to come again.
Oh, you love to come again? Okay, no problem. That's what I want to hear so that we can. If you don't see anybody in this show after they arrive there, you know why. But don't tell them. Don't tell them. Just you know why. I'm writing names. I'm writing names. People that will be here again.
Class captain.
I was best in writing news of noisemaker. That's what they gave me.
Bro, you will have many enemies.
I don't.
Do you write all your friends?
Yes. If your name, I said I take my job seriously.
Seriously?
Yes. Names of noisemaker, they write them down judiciously.
You're a bad friend.
I'm a great friend because I'm teaching them
to keep quiet.
Oto, that's it. So thank you guys for joining us today. We'll see you in the next one. This is Movidium Trend Wrap Up. As once again, my name is Alex, and I have with me here
Dami.
Yeah.
And I am Remi.
My aunt, she used to antagonize me, but don't worry, it's fine. Thank you for joining us. Please have a nice one. We'll catch you next week.
Bye.
Bye.